Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Bo Heinman, and I thought today would be a lot of fun. It is the 22nd of March 2015. I thought it'd be fun to stream a little Eldevin today. You might be familiar with me. I've played stream games a lot before for other websites. Currently, I'll be streaming through my personal channel, but for MMORPG.com eventually. So this is more of a test to get back into streaming. It's been a while since I really started streaming, since I've been streaming, so I figured oh, that commercial is so obnoxious on it. Anyway, so I thought, well, I was always known to cover indie, browser-based, odd games that nobody wanted to cover, really. So let's go with Eldevin. Eldevin is a fantastic game. It's browser-based if you want it to be, but you can also get it on Steam. Hey, Deviant Fish, what's up? I remember Deviant. Anyway, so you can get it on Steam if you look for Eldevin. It's published by Hunted Cow. Hunted Cow is pretty cool because they do several unique kind of games. In fact, if I go to Hunted Cow, let's see here real quick. Let's go to Hunted Cow's website. You're going to see that they do Fallen Swords, kind of text-based. They do an assortment of different kinds of games. It's pretty cool little publisher. I love little indie publishers like that do all sorts of different stuff. Now, Eldevin has been in development, from what I remember, for several years. They would have to tell me. I've talked to the developers quite a bit. They're a fantastic group of people. They'd have to tell me, but it's been they started to developed this years and years ago, and I'm not sure what eventually happened. I think the big stuff came from. Sorry, I'm looking at the words here. The really kind of big attention they got was when it went on Steam, and it really is done really well. You can buy these packs, individual packs on Steam if you want, for mounts and stuff like that. So that's how they kind of monetize it. They don't really sell power, from what I remember. There might be some crafting goods and stuff in there, but anyway, what it basically is it's inside the browser. In this particular case, I'm in the browser, but you can also download it. It's going to look the same. It's kind of an old school looking, isometric styled game. One moment, please. I had to sneeze. And they recently added a WASD movement scheme, although it doesn't quite work like it should. D doesn't turn the camera like I want D to go like this when I hit D, right? D isn't David. But instead it makes you run sideways. That's kind of most of the time I've seen that control scheme has been in other games, usually Korean or some kind of click based, like you can click like this. So it's kind of unfortunate that they use that kind of they didn't use a true WASD scheme, but the controls are fine. You're going to find yourself out in isometric style like this a lot as you're playing the game. Let's turn that down just a little bit more. But if you want to get in close and examine armor and stuff, you can. And the graphics are decent. They're not amazing, but they're decent. And that's it's cool because they're pretty much they're kind of old school. So let's see if we have some people on Twitter. I think I had somebody ask me a question. If I'm gonna say, if you like old school MMORPGs, check out this stream of Eldevin. I'm on my Chromebook on the side, so what I'm trying to do is throw in this link. Sorry about that, I had a link earlier. I didn't want to do it on the same thing here. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so it's got this old school look, but that means that it's usually pretty easy to run, so you could probably run this on an older PC. You just have to try and see. A lot of these doors are locked. What I really let's just go through some of the fun stuff that I really enjoy about Eldevin. There's a lot that I really like about this game. One of the big factors, of course, is that it's it's kind of a sandbox, but also very linear. It just depends. What I've been doing is going through the different quests. Now, some of being that this is a Java-based game, there's not a lot of options for adjusting these, font size and stuff. I wish there was more control over that, but there's not. But what I really enjoy about it is, what I'm really enjoying is that it gives you a lot of options within the UI, although I would just like to really adopt this, adjust the sizes. Maybe one day they'll allow you to actually change the sizes of the UI, make it a little bit, you know, maybe you could switch it around and stuff. I noticed that like in RuneScape it took forever for that UI to become customizable, so it might be a while on Eldevin. I don't know. It's like I said, it's an older game. The developer's small, but they seem to be doing a lot of work on it, so it does get developed quite a bit. Anyway, you open the quest there, and you can go through these quests. Now, some of the quests are a little bit like the quest tracker is a little strange. You just get kind of used to it. You can open the quest tracker. Oh, I guess I thought that did it. And go through it. Like if you click on weaponsmithing, it'll tell you. You go to the main thing. Then what you can do is click on this little arrow here. This little purple arrow. You might see it. And up in this mini map, you might see it'll start blinking, and it'll show you which way you need to go to get to that. Now you can just hold down. You can just click in the mini map, kind of like you can in RuneScape, which is fine. But you'll often get stuck. The pathing is not real great, but it's you know, it's okay. I wish the controls were a little better. But if you're, you know, WASD in it and you're controlling it just standard, you're going to be fine. But it would be nice if you could click anywhere, and he'll probably get stuck here. Let's see, and the pathing just stops. But it's not bad. It's not bad. That's like one of the smaller gripes. So you do like a quest, you can run to it like this. In fact, let's see before I get into all that how far I have to go. Like this mini map is great, but it's so small that it's really hard to see some of these icons. So what I think happened is they probably originally developed it for a smaller screen, because when they started 7 years ago or whatever it was, things were much smaller on the screens. Do you know what I mean? So now that they have, I mean, right now I'm on a 1920 by 1080, you know, a big monitor, 27-inch monitor, so everything's decently sized, but you know, the fonts and all that stuff are just really grody. But it's not bad. You get over it. Okay, so I'm looking on the map here. Here, I'll show you some of the little interactions you have here on the. This is one of the coolest parts about the game, are the little NPCs. Some of them just stand there, but you'll watch the cooks. They'll actually do some cooking. They'll use these little. It's, for lack of a better term, it's really cute. You can actually. They'll actually do some. Let's see. Hopefully, this guy will do it. The crafting people will usually do it. Here's a little fish flopping around. But a lot of the NPCs, if you go into a tavern, for example, you sit down, the little waitress will come over and ask you what you wanted to eat. You can actually order it. There he goes. He was just cooking. You can actually order it, and she'll go and get it and bring it back to you. So it's pretty fantastically fun. Really interesting little... there's a couple thieves that wander around. You can stop them. One of the really neat little gimmicks they do is, I'll show you this guy over here to make the NPCs seem a little alive. He'll pick up some cargo, and he'll bring it and set it down. I don't know where he goes, probably right here. Now you'll notice the cargo just kind of disappears. He'll turn around. Or is that a she? That might be a she, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And he's yawning right now, look at that. It looks kind of Sims-ish. But they'll go over here in the cart, and they'll pick up a package or something and go and drop. Here he goes again. And it's like this kind of cycle. It's pretty neat. It's just a cycle. You start to see where it's kind of not this, you know, it's not the same. It's not like an endless form of crates. I mean, it's an endless form of crates. It's just, it's not like he really. Let's see what he does. I don't know where he drops this one off. I love these little life things in the game. They're like, the game is full of that. Little NPCs that do stuff. Just little extras that make it seem a little more alive. You know, I've never seen this NPC before. Let's see. He should go back to his cart. Let's see, where'd he go? And now I'm just curious about this NPC. Sorry, this isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but anyway, the game is filled with little life stuff like that. I've got my pickaxe with me right now because I'm trying to see if he picks this one up. See, I think what happens is this: he picks this crate up and it disappears. It reappears as you're going away. So it's just a neat little life thing. All right, so let's go over here. Follow my. I'm going over here to, I think in here. Like I said, the mini-map is really pretty hard to see. It's so tiny. Let's go in here. Slice and dice. I think this is teaching me about weaponsmithing. You'll see as you open, you'll put your weapons away to open the door. Now you go inside the rooms. If you look at the buildings, isn't that awesome? the rooftop just kind of goes away, and you're inside the building. Fantastic. I love these little things. So I think I talked to person with the little thing here. Forge shape, timber sharp, sharpen, forge shape, blah, blah, blah. Alright, hello. Forge shape, what? Who are you? If you're here for the swords, you're gonna have to wait. I'm working as fast as I can. Can I help? Have you ever shaped a weapon before? No. No matter. Oops, I'm inside them. You'll pick it up as you go. Get yourself six copper bars and see if you can make a crafted copper sword. You'll need to have rough, sharpening stone, and you can use my anvil. Okay, not too hard. So basically, you'll get these little newbie quests, and I think you can repeat them over and over again. You're going to go to like a forge, and you're going to make bars here. And then once you make bars, which I think I need to buy a little part, probably from this guy here. Buy one of those. And then once you make the bars, you're going to go over to the actual smith. That's a forge. I forgot where you do it at. Here, maybe here? Or is that the same thing? That might be it. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's this one. That's the prospecting forge. Well, I'll show you real quick if you just want to use the prospecting forge. Let's just make a copper. Actually, I already have plenty of copper bars, I believe. Let me check my inventory. Yeah, I've got copper bars ready. So now what I'm looking for is ore mill. No, let's check the ore mill. The ore mill will turn your ore into. No. Actually, I could do that. I need 5 weak fluxes. Let's get some from this guy here. Weak flux, let's buy 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Oop. I thought you made the weapons all on the same thing. Let's see. So let's turn our ore into some bars. Ingots. Forge all. So you go through these cool little animations. If you've ever played RuneScape, a lot of people compare this to RuneScape. I don't necessarily think it's just like RuneScape. I think it's similar in the way it looks, of course. But I just don't... There it is. The weaponsmith ammo. Okay, so there's a copper sword. So let's make one. But it's a very linear game. There's not as many quests in this as there are in... So see, I just leveled up. Perfect. You know, there's not as many quests in RuneScape. It's had a lot more money and a lot more developers to kind of craft that world. But it has this very nice kind of linear quality if you're into the following a story. But if you want to go into different areas of the game, some of the areas of the game require a level, a certain level, and then some don't. You could just walk into other areas and explore. What I've found that I like to do is I go ahead and just keep walking and going through the linear stuff because I really enjoy the quests and the stories. But I don't, you know, once in a while I'm going to break off a moment and just do whatever. I'm enjoying crafting and doing some other stuff. So you can see how you just basically, crafting is just that simple. Ingredients, you throw them in, and you basically get out of there. You can specialize in one if you want. You can get really into it. Cooking, a lot of people do cooking. But let's check the quests here because I was working on something. These are all quests. See, it'll show you the level caps. What level am I now? I always forget where that's at. 9? Am I level 9? Yeah, level 9. Okay, so let's go down the quest here. Here, let's do story quests. Calling the plague. The terrible problem is mounting with the Eldevin sewers. Major Rothar is calling for additional soldiers to help eradicate the plague before it spreads. Okay, so let's go ahead and track that one. Okay, let's see how far it is. Oh, it's not too far at all. The story quests are a lot of fun. I did a spy quest where I spied on some people. I thought that was a lot of fun. There's just a lot of options. If you really want to just build a character and have a good time and just log in for 30 minutes, you can do that. But if you really want to grind out, and then in that way, I think that's where people probably get that it's similar to RuneScape, is that you can grind out stuff if you want. I'm not a grinder like that, so I'm not doing that, but whatever. Okay, so here's like this is kind of like the army training building. What I really like about the buildings too is it's not like you know, Animal Crossing or something where you go into a building that is small from outside and it's huge on the inside. These buildings match, they should match exactly the size they are in the world map. So in the actual map, if that makes sense. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to walk into a building. See, like, let's see here real quick. I'll show you. Let's click the door. And when I leave out, see, you can see how large that building actually is. It's actually that size. That's a really important thing, I think, to it kind of reflects reality. This, I believe, is a teleport to the nega. What do they call it? Magical realm. There's a lot of magic in the game. Magic is a lot of fun. As you can see, it really has a lot of variance in the variable type of backgrounds and stuff. I really like these crystals. Remind me of there. If you ever played there, if you know what I'm talking about, there is an area in there that has these crystals that are really cool. By the way, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to holla. Of course, if you want to ask me later, if you saw this later, because I'm just starting to stream again, this is just kind of for fun today, but later I'll be doing it for mmrpg.com. If you want to ask me questions later, find me on Twitter at @Bo_Hindman. But as you can see, you can do there's like a magical realm. Let's go back. I don't want to get off topic because I will completely lose where I'm at. There's all these little quests everywhere. If you want to concentrate on magic, you can. Some people concentrate on everything. I love the little teleport. It has a lot of neat little animations for their magic. It kind of has old school like EverQuest looking, some of them. So they're real primitive, but again, it helps you. It really does help them run nicer. Oh darn it! I came all the way out here, didn't I? I have to go all the way back. I don't think I'm that far. That's alright, let's just go. You can see the waterfall, and this is like the town square. It is a Java-based game, so occasionally you'll see some weirdness. This is always fun. Oh, I thought those were fish. Okay, you can fish anywhere you see fish. Here's some. See if I can fish here. I might not have high enough skill, though. Oh, and I have a fishing rod. Excuse me. Don't tell me I put it up. By the way, I have a lot of extra room here, a lot of packs, because for Press A, let me have... oh, I forgot I had that mount. That's right. It's a pet. Where'd my mount go? You have little pets. How do I open... I forget how I open the next... See, I think it's here. No. Where is my mount? Oh boy. There's a mount that I have. Civilian toggle show quests, abilities, talents, professions, social, achievements. Is it in my mounts? These are vanities. You can do vanity stuff. Where is my stupid mount? Oh my goodness. See, if you forget stuff occasionally, it's a little frustrating. There's like a mount tab, and for the life of me, I cannot remember. Let's ask real quick. The mount tab hotkey. Anyway, in this little pack I got from Steam, you got like a Rhino mount and some other stuff. So that, you know, it's been really fun to see the game explore Steam and to kind of get a lot more players that way. I think they even had to open up new servers just for all the new players. All right, so I forget what I'm doing here. Speak with Major Rothar in Eldevin Barracks. Is this Rothgar? Yes. Major Rothgar. I see you decided to join us after all. But so basically, this is the magic. I mean, the combat dude. Or girl, is it a dude? And then around here somewhere is another area you can go in and you can join the magical side and start learning magic. So you can decide and be a little bit, you know, like you can be loyal to one particular, either combat or magic kind of stuff, like bows and arrows or whatever. Or you can do both. So you decided to join us after all. I must admit I was delighted to hear your decision. You showed me true potential during your training. As your task book informs, I'm looking for added manpower to the problem in the sewers. I'm at your service. Good, I'm in charge of the Bear Battalion. Now some of the text, you can see that's a little bit of a wall of text. You know, it's a little hard on the eyes too, again, because it's so small, but And if you're on a larger monitor, especially. Our council has been faffing around trying to develop a cure, but this has allowed time for the quite clear. But then, okay, so I'm gonna skip that for now. Okay, so you can set it as your current quest, or it will automatically. You can also open your quest book, and I believe at any time open it as your primary. I think if you click that, it'll open it as your primary quest. Okay, so now I think I just need to leave back again. Let's go out here. I don't know what the mount key is. Is that door not open? Let's go out the other way. But anyway, somewhere in here I have a giant rhino mount, and I can't find him. Maybe I'll find him here in a second. Let's see. That's driving me crazy. Okay, that's him right there. There he is. I just pushed the wrong button. Okay, so here's my giant rhino mount. Pretty cool looking. And they move pretty quick. You don't really need to move that fast. You know, you're just not having to. Okay. He has asked me to cleansing the villain soon to track it on the source. Okay, so where am I going for the sewers? I always forget. You know, actually, I think I go actually in there. Do I go back into the building? I think it might be through the building. Let's see. You can't hear that, but the rhino goes roar. So you know, you get off everything anytime you, like, you'll get off your mount to open doors and stuff. It's pretty cool. Where do I go? I thought there was an entrance or something in here. Let me ask if have I managed your tasks? Cleansing this. Oh, here it is. Let's go back. Okay, so where's that telling me to go now? Oh, here we go. Okay. Like I said, sometimes it gets... here it is. The sewers. Duh. Okay. You just go down the sewers. Now, you'll see as I go into combat... I think the vault is where I'm going. You can switch instantly your abilities. It's hard to see my little taskbar down here. Sorry, I'm on duty. We're monitoring those plague creatures. Sorry to bother you. Okay, so, yeah, this is a new area I've never been to. So you'll see some little characters. They're kind of like scripted dudes and ladies hanging out here. In my taskbar here, you see that I have, like, I'll show you. The only thing I can do right away is a healing spell. Let me turn up my, now actually you might hear that special effects okay. Let's turn the music down and the special effects up a little bit. Okay. Tell me if that gets too loud. So this is like a healing spell. So you can fire off this stuff all the time. When I find a... So shoot my bow. I can shoot the special bow ability. I got a fireball. I can heal myself. Use fire. So as I'm playing, now I've got to keep an eye on my health. Don't let me forget. This one's cool. It's like lightning. See, he's getting me. He's hurting me pretty good. And I have no potions. I probably should have prepared a little better. So that second ability right there, that archer ability, is probably my best choice. So see how far down I am? See my red there? So you can heal yourself. So these guys aren't as wimpy as I thought. This scout. Okay, so what am I supposed to do here? You've killed 0 of 20 plagued pests. These are all plagued louts. What level did it say there? I don't know. Dead lizard man. I examined the body and it said the lizard man is dead. Thank you for that. But basically what's cool is you can really use any ability or power or whatever that you want and just hit, all you have to do is hit the button and it kind of switches you out. I'm trying to see That's appearance. I have so many little weapons and stuff. I really need to stop and kind of see what I've got. I don't think I have really any health potions at all. I just better be careful. There's a player. I'll follow him and we'll help each other out. There's typical grouping and stuff. Where do you go? I know I just saw a player. So these are lout. It said I need plagued critters, or wait, plague pests. I don't know what that means. Let's help out. Loot bags, spy bean ferrets. I wonder where I would find pests at. That can be sometimes a little confusing. There is a root spell here that I can cast. I forget what it is. So that I can, you know, stay away from him, basically. Because he's hurting me with the... This other player is hurting me here. Let me ask. Oops, there's local. Where plagued pests are... I cannot type today. These guys might know. I don't think it's counting these as plagued pests. I think these are just normal plagued people. Because that's what I need. Let's look around some more. If I die, so be it. I don't know what the... If there's a... like a... You know, if you drop your loot or something. I might be on the wrong level. But there's a lot of dungeon crawling like this. If you like dungeon crawling, there's also a lot of story stuff. So if you want to just jump into a story and follow just a story. Like right now I'm doing the combat story. Let's go back up. That shows you a little bit of the combat. So it's very linear, but at the same time it's also very much a sandbox. You can swap out your abilities on the fly, or you could just use whatever abilities you want. All the graphics and stuff I really like a lot. It might be up in here, sir. It might say also in the test or in the quest. We can't return until we rescue Sarge. He would do the same for us. Sarge is gone, man. He's gone. Let's get out of here. There's a lot of those little stories that go on it pretty. I've never been to this level. This is cool. Beetle. Let's see if that's would count. That might be a pest. I wonder what is a plagued pest. Let's see here. Terrible problem is mounted with the Eldevin sewers. Archmage in charge of finding a cure to the plague. He's looking for additional mages so I can read and report him. Okay, so that's the mage quest version. The one I'm on right now is cleansing the sewers. Wait for a constant cure for the plague to stop the disease spreading. They have ordered the mass culling of anything infected. 20 plagued pests on level 2. I just didn't read it all the way because I'm stupid like that. So it'll give you the instructions. So if I go to level 2, for example, oh, I just shot that poor rat. Okay, so level 2. I am on level 2. Maybe it's further. And let's just go ahead back to the air barracks for now. I'll show you a few more things, and I'm going to quit streaming for today. Basically, it was a test to see if you know, how my rig even was still working with it. If you ever wanted to, you can actually switch to the magical version of it by going to the Archmage. And at any time you can. What I've discovered is that sometimes I'll be enjoying a quest line, and then sometimes I'm just sick of it, and I'll just switch to something else. Sometimes I just feel like crafting, playing around with trade. The towns in the map. This is just one town in you know, the greater map. When you go to these side areas here to the Barrow Trail, see how that's level 8? That's got a level requirement. That's a stronghold. I don't think that one does. All these ones that are kind of, they'll tell you basically if you have to have. See, Eldevin Kingdom East, you don't have to have any level requirement there, but you do run into some areas where you're like, all right, I'd like to go there, but I have to be a higher level. It doesn't feel though like it's got walls too much, because you're able to kind of just play around so much with other things, so you don't mind necessarily that there's restrictions on certain areas. Like I said, it doesn't feel that restricted. You can probably shoot that. Oh, did I right click? And it shot something? That's cool. So there's lots of little life in the game. That's some Eldevin for you. I mean, just some of the quests that you have. There are quests to pick up trash. There's another manhole. This is probably some dungeon underneath the sewers. Yeah, that's the sewers, see? So there's all sorts of different access points and areas. A lot of taverns. If you go hang out in a tavern, like I said, you can sit down on a table and order food. Oh, this is like a taxidermist. What is this? What is this place? Oh, armor and stuff. Cool. So there's all sorts of little... Look at that stuffed leopard. There's all sorts of little areas to explore, roleplay to have. I don't know if there's player housing. I'm not I don't think there is. But so far, I've enjoyed just messing around in Eldevin. I don't get to do too much in it because I have to play so many games. These horses, I don't believe these lead anywhere, but there are dragons that will fly you from one location, like instant travel, kind of like a flight path in World of Warcraft, for example, or some other game. So there is some of that instant travel stuff. Otherwise, you just hoof it. This is the square where a lot of people hang out, and actually, they fish a lot. So you can fish in this square, and just what's cool about that, it gives you an activity to do. What's cool about it is that it reminds me of old school Ultima, where all we do is we'd hang out near the bank and talk all night and stuff like that. There's bulletin boards. It'll give you notices and other things. I believe it actually hands out quests. There's PvP and arenas and stuff like that. This might be the portal to the magical realm. I can't remember. So there's just tons of stuff. See, you have to be level 45. There's some restrictions, but there's just tons of stuff to constantly explore. Yeah, here's a player beat versus player totem. There's auction houses, all that good stuff, and a pretty active player base. If I want to sit down. Boop. So there's a good roleplay opportunities, you can see. But anyway, that's a little bit of Eldevin for you. My name is Bo Heineman. You can find me on Twitter at Bo_Heineman if you're watching this later. I'll be I'm not sure when I'm going to be streaming normally. I'll probably try to do at least once a week, if not twice a week. If you have a weird indie MMO or MMO browser-based, anything that you think needs a little coverage and you haven't got coverage before, let me know and I'll check it out for you. You can email me at boheineman@outlook.com if you'd like. So there you go. Find me on Twitter. That's a little Eldevin. Eldevin. What am I saying here? Just go to huntedcow.com. There it is. Eldevin, Eldevin. And try all the other games too. There's some pretty cool ones. So have a good day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.